Hey, what's up? So I saw the Resynced on the Steam store page, the main store page, and I was just curious how many people were playing it. When I first saw that, I was like, I wasn't really, I'm still not planning to buy it right away. Or do you think I'm definitely gonna pick it up on sale when it reaches like $20 or whatever? Probably be a while, right? Um, but I was curious how many people were playing it, so I checked it out, and there was just under 100,000 players earlier today. Now there's a little under 70K. But yeah, I was curious. So I saw that and I was like, all right, that's cool. I was actually surprised there were so many people on Steam playing it right away, right? And then there was already, of course, a forum post talking about how quickly, like I think within the first couple hours or whatever, it dropped down to like 93,000 instead of 99,000. Because people like to do that. They like to like point out stupid little things like that as if it's some big deal. Like it makes me laugh every time. I'm like, okay, so what? Like that's how it usually is anyways. It depends on the game, but no matter what, every game when it first comes out, the first hour is the wave, right? That's the first initial wave. So 100,000 players right away is pretty good. Like I was really surprised to see that. And people like to throw out the insults like, "Oh, look how quickly it lost players." La la la. I don't care about that. It doesn't matter. It's to some people that I guess that matters to them. Like I don't care how many people are playing a game ever, no matter what. Like I was like people will say the same thing about games that I love. Like nobody's playing it, that means it sucks. I'm just like, okay, yeah, whatever, dude. Interesting though. I did recently notice that Spider-Man 2 picked up a lot of players. Like it was averaging like at a 900 to like 2,000. And in the past week, it's been averaging 4,000, over 4,000 players. So I was like, that's interesting. I wonder what made it, the wave of players coming and stuff. Anyway, so the big discussion on Assassin's Creed 4 Resynced is the DLC. Apparently has a bunch of like skins in it, which is no surprise at all. Not you know. Um, so yeah, my thought, the reason I wanted to come and even just talk a little bit about it, I had my mind was racing. I was just like, where am I? Oh yeah, no. The main reason I wanted to talk about this was because I had seen people talking about the refunds. There's the reviews. It's at mixed reviews or whatever in my region. Some people said it's even like mostly negative in like another region and stuff. But so a lot of the discussion is, of course, discussing the reviews that are just complaining about the DLC and stuff, and they're pointing out that that's not a good review. It's not really, and I agree. I actually do agree. If your review is just saying the microtransactions or the game is crashing, I don't care if your review is that, but it's just not a real review. It's not a real review, is all. I don't have a problem with them saying those things, though. But that is the majority of reviews across all of Steam. I would say minimum 80%, if not 90% of reviews on Steam are useless. They don't talk about the game at all. They just talk about the crashing, the performance issues, and stuff like that. So, anyways, but I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? The reviews aside, it makes sense to me if you want to make a statement to Ubisoft directly, and there's no other way, nothing else you can do. Buy the game and refund it right away. Don't even play it for 2 hours. The reason I thought that too, I had these thoughts when I was thinking, I was like, because if you're trying to like make a statement that you know you could have had my money, but you're not going to, then that's the statement by itself, right? My thought was like, well, what if somebody it intends to do that, but ends up playing it for an hour or whatever, 2 hours or just under 2 hours, and decides they actually like it and they want to keep it, they don't want to get a refund, right? Because that is possible, right? That's where you got to have your self control and remember the reason you're doing it in the first place, right? If you wanted to make a statement. I'm like, I already know I want this game, and I will pick it up on sale. I was thinking, I might just refund it just to make that statement. But my other thought too is like, I just being in my mental state of hopelessness doesn't work. It just doesn't. I'm just like, whatever. But I think I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? It would be. It does make sense if there's nothing you can do other than just show them you could have had my money and you're not going to, then that's actually a really good statement. I was also thinking like, plenty of these people, they feel the need to put a review and say why they're doing it, and that's fine. But what I've noticed specifically when people do that for a refund review, they don't give any real thoughts. It's always just copy pasted basically. If you ever look at those reviews, they all say the same exact thing. So I wanted to say, if you like the idea and you want to show them, that statement, like, you could add my money and you're not going to get it, screw you. And if you decide, I would say, don't even leave a review unless you have real thoughts of your own that you want to share, even if it's similar to other people, but your own thoughts, not just like a copy paste kind of a thing, right? But yeah, and the reason I was thinking is because you don't. The statement itself is the refund. That is the statement. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to say anything at all. Refund it. That's the statement, flat out. So that was something I was thinking about. Like if there were, if the tiniest bit of activism or rebelling, that would be a piece. That would be a very small piece. Um, so yeah, these are just random thoughts I was thinking about in the shower. Because I was wondering to myself. I was like, I was just thinking, like, why even buy it at all if I'm gonna refund it just to make that statement? But that's actually that's what I was thinking. I was like, that's actually a pretty good statement. Is just to shove it in their face, like make them like celebrate that they were gonna have money and then be like, oh damn, we didn't get that money, because that is a message. That is a message. That is. If it's the only message you can send, then I think that's a good one. Anyways, that is my main thought. I think I had like probably a couple other like related thoughts in that, but that's pretty much the main thing. So I just wanted to share that specific thought. I think that it does kind of make sense. And if you do it, you don't have to leave a review. Only do it if you have like an actual thought that you want to add in, and if it's just to say you think the cosmetics are bullcrap, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, don't just go say what other people are saying. Make sure they're your own thoughts. If you're going to leave a review, make it yours. Put your words into it. Put your you in there. Don't just be like, oh well, everybody else is saying it, so I'll say it too. Otherwise, just don't even leave a review, because, like I said, that statement is just, you can't have my money, suckers. Anyways, I will talk to you later. Bye bye.